Day, dressed up, festive, not because I believe in gooks and goblins, but because it's costume season and I like to dress up, and so, you know, the holiday season gives me the reason to. Anyway, we are talking about peace today. Like, yo, what up, what up? When they walk and they leave, and they're like, peace. And you know, like, peace and blessings, my man. Like, you know, that kinds of peace. That's what we're talking about today. No, it's not. It's actually the peace that passes all understanding. Let's get that scripture up. Oh, yeah. All right, so the word says that the Lord will give us this peace that passes all understanding. If you were with me last week, you saw I was talking about faith, and that if we could only tap into that real faith that the word speaks about, where how my kids were just like sleeping, they weren't even worried about the fact that like I was tired and I couldn't even barely stay awake. They trusted that I had it. So that's what I talked about last week. Like, if we could trust that God has it and not stress. But now, this is like the beginning of that faith, like the peace that God will give us when we put our trust in him. So when we really have this faith and we're like, all right, God, I know that you got it. That's when we'll get this peace that passes all understanding. And what does that mean? That means like the peace that passes all understanding is unique in itself in the word. It's not like the peace that we get from relationships and people in our life that we're like, oh, when he comes over, I'll just get peace. Or like, oh, when she comes and she like massages my feet and cooks for me, I totally have peace. It's not that peace. It's the peace that passes all understanding because it's peace in the midst of chaos. And that's that peace. What? That's a word. It's that peace that passes all understanding, because it means your boss is rude to you, they yelled at you, things are not going right in your relationship, and everything is just crazy. Your kids are not acting right, everything. But still in here, this whole thing has peace, because it's that peace that passes all understanding. And so that peace is the peace that he wants us to have. And we can only have that by tapping into him. How do we tap into him? First of all, I want to remind you, because I don't feel like I've said this in many weeks, is that when you talk to the Lord, the first thing you need to say is, Lord, forgive me for all the sins that I have committed. That is the very first thing. You do that, and then you get into, or whatever it is that you worship him, and you get into whatever it is you're asking for, and that is the key. And once you do all these things, that is when you're going to have this peace that passes all understanding. The peace in the midst of the storm, the peace in the midst of chaos. And that's it. That's your tip for Tuesday. It's all about peace. My brother. Bounties out. Y'all have a blessed week.